How courageous are you to speak what you feel is the truth, especially if the truth has to do with Israel or and the Jews? Well, let's listen in. I got to tell you, this is a man of courage.
When you speak out publicly in support of Israel, you get a lot of abuse, of course, but along with it, you get quite an education about the number of people who blame Jews, not Israelis, Jews, for everything bad in the world. Now, this is a sentiment that I've always been aware of course, as a kind of noxious undercurrent that I occasionally get a whiff of, but lately it's something that I'm getting told about literally every single day, usually several times a day. I've even had a personal acquaintance approach me in the pub to tell me about the Jews and how they control everything, which I'm sure would come as a major surprise to those people in Europe who are afraid to identify themselves publicly as Jews in case they get physically attacked. For this video, I know I'll be bombarded on social media with Jew hate from people who see me as some kind of race traitor. I know I'll be sent all kinds of disgusting cartoons and references to the protocols of the Elders of Zion, an anti-Semitic forgery, in case you're one of the few people who still don't know. And I know I'll be sent again and again a certain video in support of the claim that Jews, among their many other crimes, are directly responsible for the Muslim invasion. It's a video interview with a Jewish academic in Sweden who expresses her naive personal view that multiculturalism in Europe is inevitable, that it's generally a good thing, and that Jews should support it. To a number of unhinged individuals, this amounts to incontrovertible proof that Jews are masterminding Islam's invasion of Europe, despite being among the people most heavily threatened by it. Synagogues and Jewish schools in Europe need armed guards 24/7, and Jews are currently fleeing Europe in droves to escape imported Muslim violence, yet somehow they're still in a position to mastermind the invasion because, as everyone knows, they control the world. That's right, 0.2% of the world's population control everyone else while being hounded and vilified by everyone else. Those Jews who get beaten up on the streets of Europe are actually controlling their Muslim attackers like marionettes, and they've got such complete control of the media that journalists are indifferent to anti-Semitic violence and almost uniformly hostile towards Israel. That's quite an achievement by those all-powerful Jews, wouldn't you say? The fact is that Jew hatred has become a lot more fashionable recently in Europe. It's been fairly dormant since the Second World War for obvious reasons, but like a seed that just needs a few drops of water to sprout into life, it's been nourished by a flood tide of Jew-hating Muslims. Currently, 16 countries in the world ban Israelis from entering. The one thing that unites them is Islam, a religion that hated Jews long before the State of Israel was ever thought of. If Israel was a Christian country, there wouldn't be any such blacklist, and the situation in the region would be very different. Yes, there would be hostility, because there always is from Islam, but there wouldn't be this relentless, hysterical demonization, and generations of Arab children wouldn't be hypnotized into hatred and bloodlust from infancy. But Israel is not a Christian country, it's a Jewish one. And Islam hates Jews, not Israelis, Jews. And Muslim children all over the world are taught that Jews are the eternal enemy. And Europe is importing millions of Muslims, meaning Europe is importing wholesale Jew hatred. I wonder who's behind it all. If you know, I'm sure you'll tell me.
I love his sarcasm. He's great. Uh, so I do want to confess, we the Jews, 0.2 of the world population, control the world. We control everything. We're all powerful. But the power is not Hollywood. The power is not that we run the banks or that we control so-called media. That's not where our power is. Our power is to be a light of God in this world. We are a light unto the nations. God gave us in Mount Sinai the dubious task of gave us the 10 commandments, 613 rather commandments, the Torah, God's will and wisdom to guide us to create a world of good, to change the world, to redeem the world from chaos to a world that is imbued with the warmth and the goodness of godliness. That's what we're here for. Not going to be deterred by the antisemitism around the world. It doesn't change a thing in our purpose and what we need to fulfill. So if we need to control a bank or two or more, or if we need to control this or that, that's not even our interest. Our interest is one thing: a redeemed world, a world of good, where there is no more war, where there is no poverty, where there isn't greed, and where nations will stand side by side in the service of God Almighty, where we'll be able to perceive God's presence and his goodness in our lives individually and collectively. That's our stated mission, and all are welcome aboard in this. There's nothing's going to stop us. It's true. We do control. What do we control? Ultimately, ourselves. Ultimately, we have self-control to control ourselves in order to never get deterred from the task at hand, the mitzvah of the moment, the need of the call, the divine call of the hour. We will never be deterred from that. And what I ask of you is, come. If you're Jewish, of course, that's part of your DNA and part of your task. If you're not Jewish, join the mission. Join the mission. Because after all, we're in it together. We are in it together. If you'd like more about this, come and join me daily for a Tanya class with the Tanya Rabbi. Daily 9:30 a.m., Mondays through Fridays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we study the mystical teachings of the Torah that gives us an inner understanding of life, who we are, what our purpose is, how to enhance our relationships, and to change the world for good. Look forward to seeing you.